Welcome to the Genetic Code. I'm your host, Jeanette Collins. This podcast is designed to take you one episode at a time on an intimate journey of your own personal transformation. Each podcast will have tools and techniques for you to practice in your daily life to create the very best version of you. Let's get started. Trust. Trust is a very important piece in the transformation of ourselves. Trust isn't just your ability to let go and not worry about something. It is actually a superpower. Trust is the one ability that as we practice it, we grow inside to a greater capacity to be able to love ourselves, believe in ourselves, and knowing that we can lean on that quiet, subtle feeling within us that speaks truth to us, moment by moment. When we trust in ourselves and the power that lives in us, we are believing in great possibilities. Trusting goes beyond faith. It is the threshold between faith and knowing. Whenever you ask a question or you are seeking guidance, the deeper part of you that knows all speaks. It takes conscious practice to listen to this knowing within you. At first, you're not sure if you aren't just making it all up. Just creating answers for yourself, and sometimes we are. This is how you practice the skill of trusting. This trust isn't about trusting others or outside circumstances to be a certain way. This trust that you are cultivating is trusting the God divine within you that sounds like your own voice so often. But there is a different feeling that comes when it's not the ego you giving information. The divine you are trusting that lives within you never wavers in its direction or answers, and it doesn't have to ever obey the outside world rules. There have been so many times when I have asked for guidance, and the answer wasn't the one that everyone else was familiar with. At those times, I know that you can feel the pull that maybe you're wrong, and you start to second guess yourself. That's all right. Do the dialogue briefly in your head and take the answers to the end and see how you really feel. For example, I went in for an MRI to get a better look at what was going on in my uterus. When I arrived, the technician gave me a paper to sign that he could use a certain dye in my veins to make the image clearer. I read the paper with all the cautions and effects from the dye, and I did what I practiced doing. I shut my eyes, touched my heart, and took some deep breaths. Then, when I felt like my brain wasn't involved so much, I asked, is this good for me to do, letting the dye be used? A very soft no was there. Well, I was feeling confident, and then I gave my answer to the technician, and he began to explain how it was okay. And he did this all day long, and people were all right, and that the caution was just that, caution, in case of some rare circumstances that may arise. I felt me waver and consider doing it because the technician guy, he seemed really confident it was okay, and I didn't want to be that one patient that was difficult. So I quickly asked myself, how will you feel if you get the dye when you heard no? And my heart just sank. So then I asked, how will you feel if even in this discomfort that you lovingly stick to your answer and you trust in that deeper part of you, how will you feel? And my heart was light and peaceful. Well, that sealed the deal for me. So I didn't need to know why. It was just a no for me, and that was it. So I had a repetitive conversation with the technician again, and I told him that I take full responsibility for my decision, and he reluctantly agreed to do it without the dye. My heart was light and peaceful when I left, and all I needed to know was that it was a no for me. No reason why mattered. The feeling of peace and feeling so proud of my courage to own my answer out loud when it wasn't the popular way to do things made me feel so good inside. That experience boosted my confidence to know I can trust that inner voice and stand by it no matter what was happening on the outside. I have experienced by trusting that I am stronger than I knew. I'm more courageous than I thought. And it also brought out more compassion for others at the same time. This answer wasn't everybody's. It was mine, and I could respect others deeply for their own choices. Trust is truly power within to expand the world you live in. As you learn to trust this divine part of you more fully each day and with each experience, you begin to see everyone else on the same journey. And now it's not about putting trust in your partner or your family to be loyal to you or to never break ideas that you may have about what your relationship should look like with them. But that no matter what choices they may make, you can trust that you will be guided to come from the best place, from love. You can trust that you will be okay no matter the outside circumstances. This will free you to love deeper and be more vulnerable and compassionate and caring. Because you can trust you. Your protection inside is dropped, and you open your heart so much wider and give so much deeper, because you see, there is no one to fear breaking your inner trust with but you. The power to trust rests in you with your divine self, and you find that naturally. When others choose to do things that may be difficult and have effects on you as well, you will find with practice that even if you don't understand their reasons, you will offer them the same freedom to trust the divine in them as you have learned to trust yours. As within, so without. We all come with the life we desire, all tucked deep within us. Those dreams and desires begin to open up as we grow and evolve. Just like a walnut or any other seed has all the great potential living inside it, when it's planted and cultivated and given love, it can produce unlimited possibilities. You have dreams and desires for your life that came within you to be fulfilled. As you learn and grow and overcome the conditioned patterns of old beliefs, you uncover the divine within in greater measures, because as you truly grow and evolve spiritually, that opens the divine to greater depths within you. And as this divine power grows, so do you. You begin to trust it more than anything else, and this trust is holy water to the divine. And it flourishes within you to greater depths and love. So ask yourself a few questions to start with, and try to do it without judging yourself on the answer. First, do I trust others' opinions and ideas more than mine? It's okay to ponder that and feel it through, and it doesn't matter what the answer is, you're just observing. Do I believe someone can break my trust? This is a good one to look at, because remember, trust belongs within you, with you. Am I familiar with the divine voice within me? If not, what does it feel like to trust the divine within me? These questions can get you becoming more aware of the great divine within you, and it will open the door to receive answers to the questions that you seek. Be brave and bold, and know that you are guided and that the answers you seek are within you. Be patient as you learn to trust your inner self, and be loving as you sometimes stumble around in the dark, unsure if it's even there at all. You are a divine being, and love is your true essence and all that is. When your journey feels dark, remember that all great masters go through great teachings and lessons, so that they will one day walk as the loving divine God being that you are becoming, to shed light to others on the path, to see and know and believe in themselves and the divine within them. Your journey to practice inner trust will benefit you in ways that are life-changing, and a greater you will emerge. I invite you this week to practice becoming aware of the divine within you, to ask the questions you have and practice learning what it feels like in you when the divine in you speaks to guide you. Thank you for joining me on this podcast. Please share this with others and tune in next week for another chance to learn, grow, and become a part of the greatest journey on earth, the journey to transform yourself, to empower yourself, and to extend that love to the world. You are worth it.